The other day, Justin Trudeau came to the United States and went to Mar-a-Lago where he had dinner with Donald Trump to talk to Donald Trump about the tariffs that Donald Trump's threatening to implement on Canada. According to a couple people who were sitting there having dinner with him, apparently Trump told Trudeau that if he can't afford the tariffs, then maybe Trudeau should sign the country over to the United States and become the United States' 51st state. And everyone's just having a heyday with this, including Donald Trump himself posting this meme. And I'm perfectly fine with Canada becoming part of the United States, but you're going to have to change the way that you vote. Listen, don't California my country, okay? There's a lot going on today, so I'm going to do this whole rundown all in one video to save you time and me time. There was also supposed to be an alien invasion or some kind of alien attack this morning. Apparently, I overslept and missed it. It came from an episode of Joe Rogan where he had a guy on where he talked about a web bot that back in 2009 predicted Trump featuring on the Joe Rogan podcast, adding that there would be a UFO war 39 days after his appearance, which would be today, December 3rd, 2024. Nothing's happened. I don't see anything. And I'm a little bit disappointed, but you know what? Disappointment's kind of been par for the course for the last 4 years, so I guess I'm really not surprised, and that doesn't really matter. While we were waiting all on aliens, South Korea came out and they decided that they were going to enact a martial law, which maybe I thought, well, maybe the aliens are starting over there, but they're not. They're not doing that. It has something to do with the political party being infiltrated into the other political party, and apparently they're spies. But the martial law has since been lifted. It got pretty violent this morning. Apparently there were some protesters in the streets, but so far it's been lifted, and that was a couple hours ago, so it sounds like South Korea is doing just fine. Don't ask me anything about South Korea. I know nothing about South Korea politics. And then while all that was going on, Donald Trump posted a meme of himself and Elvis Presley, and that kind of shot off this whole shitstorm of conspiracy theories, because there's this theory about Trump and Elvis Presley that they could be cousins, or they could be related, or there could be bloodlines, or that possibly Donald Trump is Elvis Presley. And it kind of took me back to this post that he posted on Instagram back in February, where he said that a lot of people were saying that he looked like Elvis Presley, and so he posted this on Instagram. He's like, what do you guys think? And maybe, but Elvis Presley would be well into his 90s at this point, so then you're going to have to get into the whole idea of time travel, and that gets a little muddy, I think, after that. A lot of people seem to think that this signifies that Trump holds the king, which is a chess move, but I can't get into it.
Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President.
Yes, Justin Trudeau is receiving massive backlash on social media. According to this article recently put out by Fox News and Newsweek, which I'm going to show you all the videos, Trump suggests Canada become first state after Trudeau said tariff will kill Canada's economy. A lot of people are taking this too far. Just few hours ago, Trump posted this photo and it is receiving a lot of attention. I don't know. To me, this was just a joke. On a serious note, Trudeau is now acknowledging that this is happening. Then I asked myself, what has he been doing for the past years? He allowed this to happen. Now Trump came in. Look at how Canada is hot.
I'd love your response here to some reporting out of Fox News that Trump allegedly told Trudeau if Canada can't handle the impact of new tariffs, it should become an American state. There were some participants in the meeting said, Trump was clearly joking. Was that your understanding of that comment?
Yeah, I do think it's important to emphasize that this was a really social dinner. I mean, there was a lot of joking, storytelling. There was a lot of discussion around, the prime minister was asking the president about the campaign and the election, asking about Mar-a-Lago. People were teasing each other. They talked business. We talked serious matters, obviously, as well. But it was a 3-hour dinner. And there was the prime minister and the president, I'll be honest, they know each other well and they enjoy each other's company. So that was the tone and tenor of it. And I have to tell you, I see it as a good thing. I see it as a good thing that there's sort of this more teasing relationship, let's just say, than something more serious. I think in Canada, we often think of ourselves as sort of like Americans' cousins, and it felt a little bit like family ribbing from my point of view.
Trudeau is cool. When I look at the whole situation and what is happening now, Canada is panicking. A lot of people, especially when I look at this video, which I'm about to show you, Trudeau was put on a hot seat where he was unable to actually answer questions pertaining to that. He acknowledged everything that this is happening at the border. People are entering through Canada. All kind of things are entering. Then I begin to ask myself, so Trudeau knew that this was happening until Trump came in. It therefore means if Biden was still there, this same thing will continue. Trudeau will do nothing. He will allow that to happen, which is extremely concerning. Trump is very wise. He came in and pinched them a little. Now Trudeau is understanding that if Trump put this out, it will affect Canada economy. Reason he's panicking like this, and elections are coming. You can understand how this will affect him. The opposition is taking it to a different level.
I think the leader of the opposition needs to reflect carefully on whether he really wants to amplify the erroneous narratives that the Americans are putting forward around, for example, our border, when less than 1% of migrants coming into the United States irregularly come from Canada, where 0.2% of fentanyl coming into the United States comes from Canada. These are things that we would all do well to stand up and say, yes, there's things we can and are working on together at our border, but amplifying these broken narratives is simply not responsible.
Even reportedly threatening Canada. According to Fox, when Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau went to Mar-a-Lago this weekend to try to talk Trump out of his 25% tariff threat, Trump apparently suggested that if Canada can't handle the tariffs that would violate the NAFTA upgrade Trump himself signed into law, the USMCA, they should just become the 51st state. Just become the 51st state instead and allow Trudeau to be reduced to governor of the state of Canada, which caused the Prime Minister and others to laugh nervously. And while some are writing that off as just a joke, just a few hours ago, Trump posted this obviously AI photo of him standing on a mountaintop next to the Canadian flag, looking off into the distance with the caption, "Oh, Canada." And for the record, he appears to be looking at the Matterhorn, which is on the border between Switzerland and Italy, not Canada. Oh, and let's not forget, this is the same Donald Trump who at one point seriously wanted to buy the nation of Greenland, even possibly trade it for Puerto Rico. I wonder what this guy has against Puerto Rico. I'll just keep noodling on it. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Bottom line, this is how Trump operates on the world stage. He acts like he's everybody's boss, like he's the king of the world, which is bad news for basically everybody, unless your name is Vladimir Putin, the boss.
After many years,
This guy understands the whole system. I don't know why these people fall for this easily, especially this issue of asylum seeking. I don't want to go details into that because I understand exactly what is going on. I know a lot of people, I know exactly what they do. So him saying like this, it is because he knows the system. You think these people are stupid if they're allowing these people to come and seek asylum? They know exactly what they're doing. Trump coming to say that, oh, if Canada joined the United States, it will be a blue state. That is something a lot of people are concerned with. Trump played a good game by saying, okay, what I will do, I'll split it into two. So the Republican can take their side. Trudeau can be the governor. That was cool. And the hit Trudeau is having in this house clearly tells you Trump pressed the button.
And anything coming into our country.
Donald Trump wins, I'm going to be out of the country.
It was an excellent conversation.
why haven't they done it? They broke the border. Justin Trudeau broke the border.
I think it's funny how Donald Trump has officially done more for Canada, and he's not even in office yet, than Justin Trudeau, our prime minister, has done for the country in years.
I had a good call with Donald Trump last night again.
Trudeau is at the end of his time.
The prime minister dances while Montreal burns.
Max officers, and the prime minister was nowhere to be found.
Justin Trudeau tweeted to Taylor Swift asking her to add a stop of her Eras tour in Canada.
Have a nice Sunday.
Doing this. That's what she did.
NBC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House.
And Donald Trump will be our next president.
Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
You know what? Donald Trump likes my music.
Please register to vote.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
Got Taylor Swift.
Faith in the rule of law. Finally.